Welcome to Trade Hacking's market recap for September 30th, 2015. Markets rallied overall today with the Dow Jones Industrial Average going up a whopping 235.57 points. The S&P followed suit with almost a 1.5% gain as well as the NASDAQ Composite going up 2%. The Russell 2000 going up 1.5% to 1100.69, and the NASDAQ 100 finally rallying this week, closing at 4181.06, up 97.69 points for the day. Commodities stayed pretty much flat for the day. West Texas Intermediate crude oil closed at $45.34. It was down 14 cents after several days of rallying up. Gold was relatively flat, but it was also down $11.60 to $11.1450. Silver lost 5 cents per ounce. It closed at $14.49. Copper closed at $2.34 per pound. That was actually up 9 cents. That was the biggest rallying in the commodity space for the day. And the 10-year bond interest rates went up 0.01% to 2.06% yield. So bonds were sold off a little bit today. Now, how did we actually get there today? So today was September 30th, which is the end of the quarter. So we have what's called end of quarter window dressing. And what window dressing is where fund managers and hedge fund managers will go out and they'll sell their losers, and they'll buy up stocks that were up for the quarter, so that when they put out their statements on what their holdings were as of September 30th, then their shareholders will see a lot of great things that were up, and so everybody thinks everything's great. So that's what window dressing is, and that's really what rallied the market today. The bottom line for the quarter, though, is that the market had its worst quarter since 2011. So you have to go back almost 4 years to see such a bad quarter. And it's also the second quarter in a row where we've had a losing quarter in the markets, which does not bode well for the markets overall. Twitter came out with some news today. They expected to name interim CEO Jack Dorsey to the permanent CEO position. But there was also some news out about Twitter that said that their directors, who actually monitor the CEO and the rest of the executives, don't really know what Twitter is. So not only do I think that Jack Dorsey would be a good fit as CEO, I also think that there's some movement that needs to be done at the board of directors level so that people that actually understand what Twitter is and the product really is can help them move the company forward. Right now, I would not get into Twitter, even though I like the service. Tomorrow, Fed Chair Janet Yellen speaks in St. Louis, and the market will keep its eye out on what she might say that will give some sort of hint as to where interest rates are going. And as we talked about in the commodity space, oil and other commodities stayed relatively flat. So that actually helped keep inflationary fears away from the market, and the dollar was also flat going in today. As far as our market outlook, to us, this rally was nothing more than end of quarter window dressing. We still expect some selling pressure to overtake the market. We're selling the rallies into strength. I actually tried to get into a SPY diagonal spread, but the selling price and the buy price for the options were just too narrow. I didn't like the risk reward on it, so I did not do it. I was looking to actually sell a call that expires next Friday and buy a call that expires on the 16th of October. So I was doing a diagonal spread that way, but just the credit was not there, and I didn't want to take the additional risk to take on 2 additional days. So I'm going to see what's going to happen on Friday and possibly do something with the options at that point. We think that we're in a bear market, not a correction. We've said that for the last 3 months, and we've been right so far, at least where the indexes have closed. Make sure you watch your options premiums to get good spreads. Now, I tried to get into the SPY trade, like I said, but it's one of those things where just because the SPY didn't have a good spread, and SPY is one of my favorite things to trade spreads on, it doesn't mean that there weren't other good spreads elsewhere. So keep looking for good spreads that you can get into and take advantage of the options premiums that are elevated because of the increased volatility. And also, we put a video up that I had done on floor pivots and how the pros use it. Please go to our Facebook group page and watch our video. That is the market update for September 30th, 2015. Hope you had a good end of a quarter, and we will talk to you in October. Thanks.